What's up, everybody? Filthy Phil. I'm up hanging out here with Tim Gerron. We got some vocals done with my buddy Ben from Threes Away, which you got interviewed. Come say hi, Ben. What? And so basically, I want to do a little quick interview with Tim Gerron so you guys know who he is. But more importantly, I just don't want to just interview me anymore because I'm fucking boring. So here, hold on. All right, Tim, thanks for doing the interview. It's just briefly. So I met you in
when you moved here?
2006, I think, or 2005. Mm-hmm. I had done work with you with a band called
Enough About the King.
Enough About the King, and I was in a producer role, and you worked at a music lab in Austin.
Yeah.
And then we did Bear County Bastards. Great fucking demo. That was one of my favorite demos I ever recorded.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good record. And of course, you've always done a great job, but I've slowly built a relationship with you, and here we are now. It's going on 10 years.
Yeah.
So, and you have done with me as a producer, what have you done?
I've done Enough About the King, the Bear County Bastards, and what was the other one with the photographer, the guy?
Oh, what was that? I remember that.
You use him as a photographer. I don't know.
What was that? I remember that. I don't remember his project. I guess it was
Mastery.
Oh, we did the Mastery record. I was the singer.
Which we went out to New Jersey and mixed with Dan Corner.
Awesome, yeah.
Yeah, and we did Red, White, and Screwed.
Which we did in Austin.
Yeah, the M.O.D. record done in Austin.
And we had guys from Goat Horse sang on the record, Ben Fousgate.
That's right.
And you've worked with me on that record too with, you introduced me to Ben.
I did, on the first, on Red, White, and Screwed, which was my first M.O.D. record. The first time we met was actually in '92 at the Limelight when I was mixing the Skate Nigs and Screw.
I remember that show.
It was Halloween, and you were headlining. M.O.D. was headlining.
That's right. We were playing a show. No one knew I was even playing. I mean, I didn't even know I was playing.
That's right. But it was a great night.
It was show. Yeah, they said, Bill, show up. We're playing.
Right. And so that was actually when we first met. But again, it was funny how things came around in 2006.
Oh yeah.
Our paths crossed again.
Of course. And so here we are. You are doing something with the M.O.D. Red, White, and Screwed. What an idiot. You're doing something with Busted Broken American, the latest M.O.D. record, that basically you're doing what we did in Red, White, and Screwed. You're making the record sound like an M.O.D. record. And you're picking up, you're continuing work on a record that I already started. But your input, as usual, has been invaluable. So, what I noticed that you're not. I noticed. Of course, I noticed. I'm in the building. You're not at Music Lab anymore. Tell us what happened.
About 4 years ago, I decided to. At Music Lab, my role was spread out in where I was actually managing and running departments and things like that. And I had reached a point in my career and in my life where I really felt like I wanted to focus on music, production, me being creative, and all those things. And so I broke out on my own and took a risk and bet on myself.
Yep.
And so this is where I landed.
And you landed at M.O.D. Wow, that sucks.
I landed. Yeah. And this is what's going on.
And you're in a new building, though.
But I'm at Space Rehearsal and Recording, and I'm in a very happy place. I mean, it's a creative, wonderful environment that they built here, and they welcomed me with open arms, and it was awesome.
There is something I'd like to just touch on. What is your back history in the entertainment industry? Because you've been a part of it before you worked for yourself.
I started in '89, and I basically went to recording school. I started by going to University of Texas, thinking I was going to stop music. I was a drummer, and thinking I was going to just do business and do the expected thing. And I came down here and I joined 4 bands, and immediately realized that my expectations were different than what was actually motivated inside of me. And so I went and decided to go to a recording school, and this is back in '89 when '88 actually, and it wasn't as popular as it is now to become a recording engineer. And then after that, I moved back to Austin, and I started doing house sound at a local venue called the Back Room. And back in that day, there was tons of road shows, and I got scooped up quickly by the regional acts of the day in the underground, which was Skatenig, Screw, Dead Horse. These were the
Seminal bands, though.
absolutely very influential around here, and a big part of it. And the Skatenig Screw industrial thing was closely tied to the Chicago scene and Ministry and all that, and because they produced a lot of records together. And so that got me on the road, and I was road managing and touring and doing front of house. And through that, I always still didn't want to turn my back on engineering, and I always have been one to do both, because I feel like it satisfies me in two different ways. But through touring, I would go through Los Angeles, and I had a friend that worked at a place called Westlake Audio, and he was my
legendary.
He was my introduction into Westlake, and so every time I go through, I'd make sure that I was at Westlake to say hello, and my face was there so they knew who I was. Came off tour one time, and I got a call, it was the manager saying, "I understand you want a gig." You know, he asked me 3 questions, and the third question was, "How soon can you be here?"
There you go. That's the best question.
And that was, that was my real education in recording. It was going out to LA and working out. Westlake is the place where Michael Jackson did Thriller, countless records. Van Halen 1 was done there, everything. I worked on everything from James Taylor to Ice Cube to Tupac and everything in between. And I got to work with Joe Strummer.
Which is amazing.
Henry Rollins, all of the stuff that was going on the West Coast. And so I really cut my teeth there. But I never went there intending to stay there. My intention was to gain knowledge, and go to graduate school, basically.
Fuck yeah.
And then when I got the opportunity to move back to Austin, I was invited to come back to help develop Music Lab. And I was there for 15 years.
There you go.
That's the backstory.
Thanks, Tim. So how much do we have done now? Got like half the record done.
Half the record done. We're deep in the vocals now.
Yeah, and we're also finding our basic plate for mixing, our template.
That's right. We're kind of doing some sound replacement. We're dialing in some tones and edging our way towards the mix.
Cool.
But I'm really happy about this record. I think this is the best M.O.D. record that I've ever been a part of. It's also what I've heard. It's the best stuff that Bill's written.
Yep.
So I'm sure you guys will all be pleased.
Cool. Everybody, Tim Gerron, thanks out. Cheers.
Yep.
Ben, we'll see you next week.
Yep.
All right, goodbye.